Hola everybody, this is Kaipacha with the weekly Pele report for January 18th, 2017. I just did a whole video, I just finished a whole video on the whole year of 2017. I'll be posting that, but through this whole year you can see this is the biggie, right? Jupiter opposite Uranus. I've been talking about it, I'm going to keep talking about it. It was square and is still pretty darn square Pluto. Okay, so you got this T-square going on, Jupiter, Uranus, Pluto. And what you can see here is, what I want to talk about, and it is exact on Thursday, is Mars in square to Saturn. Can you see that if you draw a line here from the Earth to Mars, and you draw a line from the Earth to Saturn, it's going to be a 90-degree square, yeah? So this is how these aspects come about, and let's move it along a little bit, because the other thing that's going on here is you can see that Venus is pretty darn close to Mars now, isn't it? Yeah. As of today, Venus is at 16 degrees. Mars is over here at 23. So, you know, they are 7 degrees apart. Technically, they are conjunct. And as I move this thing along, you're going to see that they get even, you know, tighter and tighter and tighter and closer and closer and closer. We have a little dance going on here with Venus and Mars. You'll see them in the evening sky, yes, all the way through, you know, the rest of January and into February. But the other thing I want to point out, because this program doesn't have it, is Chiron. Because this week, you know, Venus is conjunct Chiron. Yeah? Chiron is, you know, a planetoid that is, its orbit is in between the orbit of Saturn and Uranus. Okay, so it would be right about out here, and it would be right in alignment with Mars. Mars was conjunct Chiron last week, and Venus is conjunct Chiron this week. So we would say that Chiron is sitting right there. And I wish I could stick it in the program. Okay, let's move this thing forward a little bit and just give you a little shot of the future, because I'm excited about this. Here we go. Ready, set, and we move. Oh, the other thing you can see is here's the moon. Watch that moon, because we're going to have a moon-Jupiter conjunction. Yeah, that's going to be, you know, awesome. Really powerful medicine going on here, and that is today. Yeah, watch it as it moves. Okay, we'll just get this baby going. There you can see the Earth starts turning. There the moon comes around. It conjuncts Jupiter. But I want to go a little faster now, and you can see how together and together and together, and we want to stop it. You can just about see it's the first 2 weeks of February, okay, that Venus and Mars get within 5 degrees of each other, and then Mars starts pulling ahead, right? Mars starts coming down here, it moves ahead into Aries. Venus starts slowing down until what? Oh my God, let's just move along right up here until we get to the Venus. Now Venus goes retrograde in March until we come into Venus conjunct the Sun. She goes into the underworld. Yeah, I'll be talking about that. So we have this Venus-Sun conjunction, yeah, going on here later on. March 24th, it's exact, but just, you know, give you a little shot ahead of what's going on. I mean, you know, I love this program, man. You can just, like, you know, keep the sucker going. This is, you know, go on through the whole year. There goes 2017. Poof! There's the solstice, right? So you can see Jupiter moves out of that opposition. Saturn moves up here. What we don't have in here is, these are the constellations as you can see them. What I can do is, let's see here. Let's turn this sucker. Because the other big thing I want to talk about today, but you know, you really can't see it here, is that the Sun, in relationship to the Earth, in alignment with the Earth, goes into the sign of Capricorn. I mean, of Aquarius. It's in Capricorn now. Oh God, let's set this straight. I don't want to take forever with this. Jesus. December of 17. Come back to January 18th of 2017. And here you can see that if we, where's the Earth? Oh, here's the Earth. Okay. So, what are you doing? There's, you know, so anyway, you can see here, this is the constellations and the tropical zodiac. This is not the tropical zodiac. This is more the sidereal zodiac. Well, this is actually the constellations themselves, which is not even the sidereal zodiac. There's constellations, the sidereal zodiac, and the tropical zodiac. But anyway, I don't want to get you all confused, man. The main thing is that tomorrow the sun goes into Aquarius, all right? Just trust me on that. And let me look at the camera, explain a little bit about my take on what all of that means, and see you soon. Okay, I'm in town today, and they're working next door. I got no idea what kind of interruptions I'm going to have. I'm going to jump in on this sucker and get it done. Sun's in Capricorn for one more day before he goes into Aquarius. And we got Pluto, Mercury, also in Capricorn. Let's get down to business. The business is I'm doing all kinds of stuff. Number one is, there's the Astrology Rising convention, gathering of 12 amazing astrologers coming to Costa Rica in May to celebrate the moon's nodes, moving into Leo. Get your tickets now, baby. Check it out, astrologyrisingcostarica.com. I got it all going on. I'm going to be talking more about that. I'm going to be doing a webinar with some of the presenters on February 10th. Okay, that's the eclipse is on February 10th. We're doing a webinar on eclipses, and we'll also fill you in, okay, on more about what that convention is about. What else? I just finished this video, like I said before, on the all of 2017. And I've also was asked for a special yoga video for 2017. And that is now up in the store for sale. And it is balancing the Vayas. There are 5 principal Vayas, okay, that we have. And it's not the 7 chakras. These are the Vayas. Is prana is one of them. It moves through the heart. It moves the heart. So this is the energy that moves through the chakras, the Vayas, yeah? And then we've got Udana, moves in the throat. Samana moves in the region of the navel. Udana, yeah, I'm sorry, Apana moves in the sphere of the anus, and Vayana moves throughout the whole body. So these 5, okay, energies, when they need to be in the right combination, like alchemically balanced. And then when you do that, and you have that in proper balance, you have this control over your mind, your body, and your emotions that is, that can keep you in your core, in your center, which is exactly what we need for 2017. There are going to be so many surprises and shocking events and ins and outs, and it's a very unstable, catalytic kind of a year, which can be exciting and beautiful, but can really be like, tense and intense at the same time. So I've got this video available now. I wanted to just make you aware of that. And for all of this kind of stuff, I have a newsletter. It goes out. You can get the Pele report in your inbox. It says all the workshops and stuff that I'm doing, and everything that's going on with the New Paradigm Astrology community, the Dream Team. I don't even know if you know about the Dream Team. I got 7 amazing astrologers working with me, and we have a question and answer forum. This video that I did on 2017 is free for the community. Okay, and I'm doing free videos. There's a whole library. If you want to learn astrology, man, you know, this it's 15 bucks a month, and you get into this community. There, I got this archive of medical astrology, elective astrology, when to get married, when to have surgery, you know, how to interpret charts. We got expert astrologers. It's amazing. It's a good deal. So check that out. You know, it's an exciting year for astrology, and by that I mean really. It's an exciting year in general because astrology only reflects, okay, what's going on. And there's a lot going on. It's freaking hot out here. I get excited just thinking about it. So what I didn't have a chance to talk about in this introduction thing, okay, was the quincunx, the inconjunct aspect, 150 degrees. You can see it in the chart at the beginning, but it's Jupiter over there in Libra. In this quincunx aspect, inconjunct, two separate words for the same aspect, of Venus, Chiron, and Mars. And this Jupiter is going back and forth. And this inconjunct is a health aspect. And we know Chiron is a health planet. And Venus and Mars both coming around. Right now they're hugging Chiron. Chiron's right in the middle of Venus and Mars. Okay, you may be having health issues, health challenges. Let's look at it. Venus is Mars. We're looking at Venus rules the heart chakra. Mars rules the solar plexus. We're talking lungs, heart, diaphragm, adrenal glands. Mars is muscles, overall energy. This is just a time of feeling, yeah, this kind of low energy. And then here comes Mars square Saturn, you know. So this can be a time where you could go into victim very easily, or we could go into martyrdom and just feel like overwhelmed, like we're sensitive, don't feel like we have the energy. I just really want to meditate and be still and quiet. And there's all this pressure, okay, all these commitments and demands and things coming on for us all the time. So, you know, the inconjunct aspect really does have a lot to do with guilt. And what it has to do with is, in a way, graduation. It has to do with that Venus and Mars and Chiron, well, Venus and Mars are breaking out. They're breaking free away from Jupiter. And if you think about that, Jupiter is expand, go, conquer, explore, go on the quest, seek the grail, you can have it all, expand, expand, more. Well, you know what? The 150-degree aspect says, whoa, Charlie. Yeah, it's time for the students to graduate from that teacher. Thank you, we have expanded enough. Okay, it's, you know, what we really need to do is, you know, manage our energy, control our energy, hold our energy, really, you know, be aware and find and go in some ways within. For what? It's in the sign of Pisces, which is spirit, into the spirit world, and maybe not so much be expanding out here, yes, in this material physical world. So, like I said, even like last week, the mantra for last week was chill out, yeah? And a little bit of the mantra for this week is also hold space, yeah? Be still. And so, you know, this is just a time period here, and it's not going on for much longer, okay? You know, like you could see, Venus and Mars are both moving into Aries. It's gonna be charge here coming up very shortly, okay? So, you know, a couple more weeks, and we're going to have Venus and Mars both in Aries, and oh, so, you know, it's like get your rest, rejuvenation, retreat, meditation, connection with the divine, really in, you know, get it in now, yeah, you know, do your yoga, do whatever you do, run, jog, swim, play music, paint, whatever, but like really, do this Pisces energy, and Pisces has to do with, you know, withdrawing. It's the house of dreams. It's also the house of the collective unconscious. And the collective unconscious holds within it a lot of all the guilt and shame of centuries. And this is the thing about the whole patriarchy. The masculine dominated over 6,000 years of what? Go, go, go. Conquer, expand, control, name it, do it, own it, buy it, push it. It's like constant expansion. It's like capitalism. And this is what is really destroying the environment, you know, and eating up all the resources and just like, you know, really making havoc out of Mother Nature. So there's a time to act and a time to be. The masculine and the feminine. This is kind of a feminine time. Pisces is a feminine sign. And this is just really like breathing. Yeah? You inhale and then you exhale, right? So like you take it all in and then you give it all out. And you got to be doing this breathing. Pranayama. Super important. You can't just go, go, go 100% of the time. Like society, like families, religions, businesses, banks, whatever, you know, Hollywood, it's all just like, charge! Braveheart, you know, like, go! We are Sparta! You know, whatever, you know. It's not that way. And you burn yourself out, and then you burn out your adrenals. Okay, and you burn out you just burn out. Then you have your crisis. And Chiron lays you up, lays you down, takes you out, so you can be and listen inwardly and reflect. And then I want to point out, so the positive aspect of the masculine. You know, David Data is another one on my, you know, one of my, he wrote The Way of the Superior Man. It's one of my fave books. I think he just rewrote it after 20 years, but you might want to check that out. And along with Brian Reeves, I talked about him before. I'm doing this men's work kind of stuff here. And, you know, he talks about the masculine and the feminine. And the powerful masculine, the mature masculine, okay, you know, the balanced, integrated masculine holds space. Is like, you know, the pier, okay, the post holding the pier, and the waves of the feminine and the ocean, okay, change, and the tides go in and out. And this is the beautiful dance of the feminine, okay, that is in the moment, that is in the now, that is like, you know, constantly changing and moving and flowing. And that's really beautiful. But the masculine needs to like stay in this place, and you know, when the feminine, you know, smashes up against the rocks, okay, you know, or you know, goes up and gets all like freaky or whatever, psychotic, lunacy, whatever, you know, it's just like, ah, you know, all this, all that, you know, too much, too little, moves out in those extremes. It's the masculine, okay, that stays and holds. We are both masculine and feminine. I'm not talking about men and women here. Find it in yourself. You have this part of yourself that is this feminine nature that's like, woo, woo, in the now, and my feelings count and matter, and I'm feeling this way, right? And then you've also got this masculine in you. And this masculine is to witness, yeah, to really be there and to hold that center and hold that space. And this is very important all through 2017, but particularly now, because Venus and Mars conjunct Chiron, squaring Saturn. Saturn is also, yes, time and maturity. And so this is a time of not racing forward and not running away, but being centered. And this is interesting, right? Because we have, you know, the adrenal glands. It's fight or flight. There's also the balance. Jupiter in Libra, balancing. I am not running, escaping, hiding, denying, or avoiding. And I'm not fighting and angry and upset and charging and controlling and conquering, right? So it's not fight or flight. I can be powerfully, positively, with an open heart, in this space, and this is healing. This is the healing masculine that doesn't close the heart, that doesn't shut down, that stays present even in the madness. And this is a lot of madness going on this week. That's why I'm bringing this message, yeah? Try as hard as you can to keep the heart open instead of like, I want out, I can't handle it, everybody's nuts. Or, oh my God, I've got to change this, I've got to do something about it, I'm upset and angry and I'm getting headaches and heartaches and, you know, breaking out all over. No, man, you can really be, yeah, practice developing your healthy masculine that is the witness with an open, loving heart. So that brings me to the mantra. What is it again? It is, sometimes the world is so bizarre, I simply can't relate. But my work is to stay and support by lovingly holding space. That's our work, isn't it? For each other. We got to be here for each other. This is what 2017, Jupiter in Libra, okay, moving towards, you know, this age of Aquarius. It's all about being here for each other, supporting each other. And yeah, I mean, there's times for sure. I mean, you know, that's why I do astrology. Is, you know, this planet is so bizarre, and so like, oh, that's the other thing, you know, that I thought about. What if the teacher just walked out of the classroom? You know, it's like you got a bunch of students who don't know, you know, well, they need a teacher, okay, you know, or you got a bunch of sick, you got a sick society, or you know, you got a sick system, or whatever. It needs a doctor. So if you're a doctor, or you're a teacher, or you're a healer, you can't turn your back, okay, on the madness, and on the bullshit, and on the crap that's going on. That's like the teacher walking out of the classroom, or the doctor walking out of the operating room, you know. No, we gotta like be there, we gotta hold space, somebody's gotta contain the positive, beautiful, loving energy, you know, so that healing can really happen. And, you know, it's a bright, it's a bright future ahead for the planet, the more of us, you know, that can like, you know, just, you know, be in that space, yeah, centered in our vayas, yeah, got our prana, apana, samana, bayana, udana, running smoothly, flowing, and become models and examples of how life can be freaking awesome. And how beautiful the planet is, and amazing people are, and whatever, you know, da 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 da. Yada 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 yada. One more time, and if I can remember, hopefully you can, here we go. Sometimes the world is so bizarre, I simply can't relate. But my work is to stay and support and lovingly holding, by lovingly holding space. May you lovingly hold space for your partners, for your kids, for your family, for your planet. Namaste. Aloha. So much love.